Today we're excited to present to you this 2012 Mitsubishi Outlander with all-wheel control in Graphite Gray Pearl. We are in the cockpit of the Outlander. In front of me you can see you got your gauges and you got your driver information center showing everything from the temperature outside to your fuel economy to what gear you're in. Panning down to the wheel, we have here paddle controls, intermittent wipers, cruise control right on the steering wheel. Going down to the other side, we have hands-free for the phone, and you have your voice interaction with the car. Over here, you have your volume control and stereo control, followed by the other power shifter and your lights. Down here, we have your power windows, power locks, power mirrors, traction control. Going over to the center stack, something really neat about this car is it's got the Rockford Fosgate sound system upgrade. So that gives you things like factory subwoofer, tweeters, and all sorts of cool stuff, which I will show you a couple options about hooking up your phone in a second. But here in this center stack, you got your CD changer with your MP3. And then down here, you got your AC and your temperature controls. Now, related to that stereo, like I mentioned, let's take a look at those tweeters. You've got one on either side, as well as the main speaker in the door. And then down here in the center console, you have your RCA hookups for an auxiliary. And then over here, you have your USB for a phone or a USB drive. And then, of course, you have a power source in the center console, followed by the cup holders, ever so important. And then right here is your all-wheel drive control. So you have your tarmac, snow, and lock so that you have more control over what driving function you want. We are outside the Outlander checking out the Goodyear tires on 18-inch rims. Going over to the back, you can see the LED tail lamps. I'm going to zoom in here to the rear view camera so you can check that out while I open the hatch. It's actually got quite a few little interesting things back here. Check out this little hatch bench. It's great if you got to pick up kids or you got to go to the airport. It doesn't give you a whole lot of leg room, but it definitely is cool to have 2 extra seats back here. Then, if you look down here, you can see there's a switch right there. If you pull this lever, the whole back opens like a clamshell, allowing you basically to have a tailgate in the back. Then for extra storage, you can actually fold this guy back into the floor. Already packed away. Now if you look over here, this is part of the sound system package I was telling you about. The Rockford Fosgate package gives you this subwoofer, which just improves the sound quality of the stereo tenfold. And it doesn't take up any space, as it's pretty much flush with the back of the vehicle. You can still see that there's a lot of room back here for your stuff and the extra jump seat if you need it. And inside the Mitsubishi Outlander, we're going to go to the back. Before we do, we're going to pan up here and take a look at the sunroof. This is power sliding, power tilt. Well, here we are in the back seat. Check out all that legroom for the rear passengers. Just about a ton. It's got the rear anchors for your child seats, of course, child locks on the door, power windows. Now we're going to take a look at something that's pretty cool here. Remember that third row seat that we saw? Now the question is, how do you get back there? Well, you actually tumble it with this switch. And like that, it gives you a path to go from the vehicle's back door right to the back jump seat that I have folded up again for you. Now the seats do still tumble forward even if that's flat in the floor, so that you have a ton of extra room for cargo. Back outside with the Mitsubishi Outlander all-wheel control. You can hear it running now with the AC and the engine fan going. It's a very quiet vehicle. It's in great shape. You've got those 18-inch rims, fog lights, daytime running lights. It's a very smart looking car in a great color.